justice and peace and equality.
Game Changers Media Network, Game Changers Magazine, Voices of the Village podcast, and I'm back with Mr. Demetrius Rucker, candidate for District 1, Henry County. If you guys don't know what District 1 of Henry County, that's the south side of Henry County, where Tanger Outlet is, Atlanta Motor. Well, I don't know if Atlanta Motor Speedway is in District 1.
I don't. It might be District 5.
Okay, baby.
It might be District 5.
Okay. All right. Cool. So, and we jump right into the interview when we talk, and I want to go back, kind of piggyback. Who is Demetrius Rucker?
Man, I am so glad you asked.
Okay.
All right. It's always difficult when you speak about yourself. So
Right.
The good thing is I'm very good at speaking about myself. All right. So I am Demetrius Rucker. I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois. I come from humble beginnings. My dad, he is a pastor. He's a retired transit authority worker in Chicago. Okay. He was also on a school board. So as you know, I could never get away with anything in elementary because they had their school board meetings at the elementary school. So I could never get away with anything. My mother, my dad's also a small business owner. He owns a bait and tackle shop in Chicago. My mother is actually to this day, she's still a school bus driver. My mom knows every side road and road in Chicago. I have a little sister, so it's two of us. Well, my little big sister, right? I should say. I joined the military when I was 18. Okay. I retired 3 years ago. I'm loving it. I have a blended family right now. My fiance and I, we have a total of 5 kids. We have 4 boys and 1 girl. So you already know the girl, she gets everything out of me.
Absolutely. When I met you, you had a girl.
Yeah, I had my daughter when you met me. Yeah.
She's a track star, right?
Yep, she's a track star. I call her my daughter. She's not my daughter by blood, but I call her my daughter. I've been knowing her since she was 5. So
right.
Why am I in the race? All right, so quick story. So my mom, I'm a mama's boy. So my mom came down this past Thanksgiving, and my mom's, she's accelerating in age. She's in her 70s. And I was like, hey, I want you to come down. I want you to move down here. I want to take care of you. I want to pay it back, as I think any son would want to do. And she told me no. And it kind of broke my heart. I got kind of emotional. I was like, why? She was like, because you guys don't have the quality of life I'm looking for. See, in Chicago, my mother has access to transportation if she doesn't want to drive. She has a park that's within walking distance from her. What else? Grocery stores are close to her. So my mother has a lot. And as far as entertainment, she has a movie theater that's close to her. So my mother has a lot of entertainment that's very, very central to her.
Okay.
So it broke my heart because I really couldn't touch those things to improve the quality of life for my mother. All right. So that's why I'm in this race, because I don't want to only improve the quality of life for my mother when and if she comes down here. Okay. I want to make sure that I improve the quality of life for everyone in Henry County. So why should you vote for me? Why should you vote for me? That's the. I hear you out there. Asking why should you vote for me? Well, I'm a 20+ year veteran. Mm-hmm. I have a small motto. My motto is very simple. It's small acts, big results. Okay. All right, that's my motto. All right, and the acts is accountability, communication, transparency, and servant leadership. Wow. So I think those small acts, all right, lead to a good leader. So that's what I want to bring. I just want to bring those small acts so I can improve the lives of everyone in Henry County, in particular District 1. So that's why you should vote for me. And that's Demetrius Rucker in a nutshell. Oh, also, I have a BA and an MBA in business, both in business. I'm a proud member of Phi Beta Sigma fraternity. As you heard, I'm the mentor coordinator of Veterans Treatment Court. I'm also the previous first vice of the Henry County Democratic Committee. So that's me in a nutshell.
Let's talk about the Henry County Democratic Committee. Yeah. All right. Let's talk about, because you gave us, we love who you are, we love where you're from, and we're inspired by your story, by your mother. Most of us as African American men, we have great, somewhat a good relationship with our mothers, and they're our inspirations, backbones of our community, so to say. The Henry County Democratic Party, okay, it's changing and evolving every day. From back in 2016 to where we are now.
Yeah.
What is the party doing to reach the people locally? Because we had a low voter turnout.
Yeah, I don't think that's well, two things can be true at the same time.
Okay.
All right. It can be federal and it can be local level as well.
Okay.
The current chair, I think he's doing a good job. Duro Hayes, he's doing a very good job. But I think we've infused a lot of federal down at the local level.
Okay.
So our feelings about the two people at the top of the ticket is matriculating down to us, and we should be more worried about, like you said, taxes, our infrastructure down here, our quality of life, our unhoused veterans down here. Right. So I think that we are doing that. And I know a lot of people out there can multitask those two things, but I think we kind of got to get back to our roots and get back to being centrally focused on what's happening down here in Henry County in District 1. And I think that the current chair, has a good plan to push that. We have a lot of awesome members in the local, it's actually the Henry County Democratic Committee. So we have a lot of individuals in there with a lot of great ideas.
Okay.
So we're coming. Slowly but surely, we're coming. Not at the pace that people would like, but we are coming. I would say if you would like to accelerate it, then get involved in the local committee. Come on down to a meeting or two, and join up and share your ideas. But I think we're going in the right direction. Like I said, we have a lot of interesting people down there. A lot of people with some great ideas. A lot of people with some good talent down there.
Okay. And you guys just held a forum. I mean, for the last election, powerful forum. It was great. And it got, it showed us who our candidates were. What is one of the great things? And right now we're in the midst of with this country. People are looking at the Republican and Democrat, not looking at we the people.
Yes.
Okay. What are some of the positive qualities about being a Democrat that make you a Democrat and stand on democratic values?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I'm a Democrat because I think Democrats. No, not think. I believe Democrats fight for what we believe in. We believe in democracy. We believe in quality of life. You could tell by the policies that the Democrats push for. We believe in progressiveness moving forward. So I know sometimes the word progressive gets a bad name or a bad rap, but I think in progressively moving forward, I think that's a thing that Democrats like to focus on. So those are three things that I personally believe that the Democrats stand on, and that's what I stand on as well. And also diversity in ideas, diversity in culture. That helps to make a well-rounded unit. No matter where you go, you can go in any business, you can go in any sports team, you can go anywhere. Your media company, diversity is very important when you have different ideas, different perspectives. So that's one of the reasons why I personally am a Democrat.
I totally understand. Now, we were talking before we started interviewing. We talked about, the scrappiness in the Democratic Party. Everybody's right now, we all know Joe Biden had a poor performance at the debate. It was all over the internet. People were talking. And it's like, people are like, kick him off the team. He shouldn't represent us. What do you believe needs to happen so that Democrats stick together for the greater good of democratic values?
Yeah, so I believe our scrappiness comes from us always wanting to be perfect. And here is my message. We are not. We are going to make mistakes. We are human beings. We are vulnerable to make mistakes, and that's fine.
Right.
All right. I look at the debate Joe Biden had. Was his best performance? No. But I also apply it to things that happen in my life, maybe my son. All right. I think we were talking earlier. Just imagine your child is a great athlete, a great scholar, a great debater, a great artist, or whatever, and they had a bad performance, what do you tell them? Do you tell them, get rid of that? That was horrible. You shouldn't do that anymore. I got a bunch of people telling me that you shouldn't do it. No, you would tell them it was one time. Pick yourself up, learn from your mistakes, keep driving forward. And I think that's what Joe Biden is going to do. I think that's what he should do, and that's what he's going to do. But just because he had one bad mistake, we can't forget about the investment in infrastructure, the investment in green energy, the gun safety bill he did, lowering medication costs, getting rid of junk fees, the investment in transportation. Like, we can't forget any of that just because he had one debate performance. And to be candid, Joe Biden has never been a great debater. you know, he is not. Right. I think we get lost in a lot of us try to look for the next Obama, that great orator, you know, and we're not going to get a orator like Obama, you know, but we have a person in Joe Biden who cares deeply about this country and the direction that it's going. Does he speak the best every time? No, but when he sit behind a desk, right, you know, whatever he's saying behind the desk, however he's stumbling over those words, right, things is getting done. Right, you know, right, so right. I'll take that all day, every day. But I just think that we need to, as a former soldier, I'll tell you, there wasn't every time that I agreed with my senior leadership, agreed with my platoon sergeant, but we came together when we needed to do things for a common goal. And the common goal right now is to stop Donald Trump.
Speaking of Donald Trump, okay, and before I get into Donald Trump, because I believe I had one more thing, but you know, we're on Donald Trump. Project 2025. What's your thoughts? Because this seems to be the biggest. You know, I'm on social media, and everybody 65 and over is kind of putting this fear factor about Project 2025.
All right.
For those who don't know about it, have deep intel sight, what does that look like? So
when you actually go to the heritage page, it says a mandate for leadership. And I tell you, it is not a mandate for leadership. Okay. Because nothing in Project 2025 is about leadership. All right. So check it out if you haven't. Go there. You can click on it. It says a mandate for leadership. Nothing is about. So the people that's over 2025, if you look, I think it's on page 691, I think. It speaks specifically about Social Security, how they're going to basically sunset Social Security and basically give that money to the rich. So let me ask you, are you scared of the Project 2025 or are you scared of losing your Social Security benefits? All right. You can go deeper into it. They, as a matter of fact, but MSNBC, they had the author of the bill, Dr. something. All right. And he basically said, anybody that works in the federal government who donated to the Democratic Party, you're basically getting fired. So I'm looking at you in this camera. That can be your mother, your father, your grandmother, your aunt, your uncle, stepkids, nephews, or whatever. That could be your family member, someone close to you getting let go. Let go just because they supported a political party that they believe in. Project 2025 is being supported by the political party because they believe in. Please don't let Project 2025 scare you. If anything, it should motivate you to get to the polls to vote blue. That's all I can say. And when you get a chance, yes, look at Project 2025. Look at it.
Now, a lot of people are saying, especially young Black Americans, African Americans, okay? The economy hasn't been the same since Joe Biden has been in. You know, the economy hasn't been, and I don't know if the PPP money through the economy, y'all, for what's going on. But you have a lot of Black people saying we're for Trump. We're for Trump. Regardless, we're not making no money under Joe Biden, and I think they're looking at it from a very narrow lens when they say that, because Joe Biden had to actually, take over presidency after COVID, which was one of the most traumatizing events ever happened during our lifetime.
Yeah, so I get a little upset when people say, "Oh, we were making money under Trump." Let's not forget COVID happened under Trump, and that money you making of PPP was because businesses was hurting. People were dying. Family members were dying. I had a best friend whose mom passed away because of COVID. People were dying. Donald Trump wasn't giving that money out because he saw people were suffering. He gave that money out because he wanted to boost the economy, because he was failing as a leader. That's why people were, and then the second part of it, you had more money in your pocket because you weren't going anywhere. You weren't doing anything with your money. If you were doing something with your money, you probably would have few that were out there masked up, trying to continue to go along with your life. But most people weren't doing anything, so they had a lot of money that was saved up. So when I hear that, especially from black people, when they say, "Oh, we were doing good on the Trump," no, we weren't. COVID was there. And if you really want to be technical, he was riding on the coattails of the economy, the great economy that Obama fixed from Bush. So he was riding on the coattails of that and dropped the ball when it came to COVID. So no, we were not doing better. We're doing better now under Joe Biden. African American unemployment is the lowest it's ever been under any president. Our economy is better than any developed country in the nation. Joe Biden got us back to where we needed to go to. It wasn't Donald Trump. We were not doing good under Donald Trump, period. And that thing about, oh, we were doing good, he was giving out checks. No, and matter of fact, he didn't even want to give the checks. You got to thank your Democratic Congress people who voted those checks in. So don't thank Trump. The only thing he wanted to do was put his money on it. Put his name on it.
Health care for Americans. We know health care is a big issue. A lot of people can't get proper health care, because they don't have proper health care benefits. What can we do as American people to improve health care in this great country?
Man, that was, when you I like many people in your audience have been vacationing over to other countries. I think this is more like a federal question that I probably don't have the answer to it, but what I would say is that when I go on these vacations and I talk to people, take the tours, like in Jamaica, they got free healthcare.
Right.
So it's like if a country like Jamaica can do it, why we can't do it? But I think it's because of our capitalism. That's what's stopping us from being able to give that type of medical assistance, medical care, because medical care is, is a quality of life thing.
Yes.
I had a leader that told me, no one is going to take care of your family better than you. And to do that, you got to take care of yourself. So you got to be healthy.
Yes.
All right. So like I said, I don't know. I don't have the answer to it, but I do know that we need to vote in Democrats who want to make sure that we have health care. I mean, Joe Biden took the first step by capping insulin, and I'm pretty sure more policies are going to come into place when it comes to Medicare. These are, especially even here in Georgia.
Yeah.
We didn't. Georgia was one of, I believe, 5 states that didn't want to expand Medicare, Medicaid, or even peach care.
Oh wow.
So we got to look at that stuff too. We can't overlook these things. We're too busy worried about a debate, and we are suffering. We're not getting the things that we need from all levels, from federal all the way down to state level. So, like I said, I don't have the answer at the federal level about that. I wish I did, because if I did, I would certify, mail it to the White House, and get it and get it done. But that is something that people out in your audience, who I'm looking at in this camera and listening to on the radio, you are the ones that can provide that. You just have to make sure that you vote that.
Now, it's so funny. We talked about a debate, and we're going to wrap it up after this. And we talked about a debate, but what's so funny, on the night of the debate was the night that LeBron James' son got drafted in the NBA. Mm-hmm. Okay, we talked about Project 25. We talked about some of the things that's happening behind that. LeBron James' son is drafted by the LA Lakers on the same night as the Democratic Republican debate for presidency. More people online are talking about LeBron James' son getting drafted than their sons and daughters being drafted in the United States Army forcefully.
Yes.
Where do we go? Where do we go from there? Like, how do we get people to see the bigger picture, to say, hey, okay, look at what's ahead of you?
Yeah, so I've heard that. I didn't necessarily see it. I read the Department of Defense thing when it comes to recruiting. They didn't mention anything in the draft in Project 25.
Okay.
All right. So I used to be a former recruiter. So no, I'm not coming after anyone's kid, but
Okay.
I used to be a former recruiter, and I'll tell you, the draft isn't coming back anytime soon. All right, because the way it works, the Army each branch kind of polices itself. All right, if they see the numbers are too much, they will start to ask people, hey, do you want to retire early or things of that nature? And people be like, yeah, let's go.
Okay.
You know, so it kind of has measures in place where it will kind of keep the party going, as we say. But the draft it's not coming back. You have recruiting stations that are all over this nation. Matter of fact, it's 2 or 3 in this area alone.
Okay.
You know, and they have a mission, so recruiting. So I didn't read that part in Project 2025 because I went specifically to that part when it comes to Department of Defense and recruiting.
Okay.
I think they were more so, probably the only good thing that was in there. They were talking about adding more resources and getting rid of what's now called Genesis. And Genesis is a medical, it's like a medical program right now that recruiters are, it's making them hard for them to recruit because of medical issues that person had in the past, that a sprained foot, and Genesis is catching it and kind of disqualifying them for it. So that's mainly the holdup, is a lot of Genesis thing. But as far as the draft, I don't foresee that's coming back.
I totally understand. Before we wrap it up, anything you would like to share with our audience about your platform, where we're looking at, Demetrius Rucker, 2025, Henry County Commissioner, District 1. Anything you would like to share with our audience?
Yes, first off, I appreciate you coming down, bro. I know you're a very busy man, so I appreciate it, and I'm even humbled that you want to give me this platform.
Right.
So I'll thank you for that. I've been on for a while. People have heard me talk, so I won't hold them any longer. I would just say thank you out there to your audience via video and listening audience. I'll wrap it up with this, is that I'm running for Henry County. I'm running for Henry County Commissioner, District 1. All right, a lot of those things out there that you want done, I'm willing to listen. All right, this is a partnership that we are engaging in right now. All right, and as far as I'm concerned, you're taking the lead. All right, so the future you is going to depend on the present you to make the right decision. Once again, I'm Demetrius Rucker. I'm running for Henry County District 1 Commissioner. I expect your vote in November so that we can get this thing done.
Game Changers Magazine, Game Changers Media Network, Voices of the Village podcast. We thank you guys for tuning in. You guys tune in every week, man. We have great guests on our show. We want to thank you, Mr. Demetrius Rucker, for taking the time out to share your story, your perspective on what's happening in the village today. Game Changers Magazine. Thank you guys for tuning in.